Hello everyone, I'm back today with another video. This is going to be a ranked game against 2LASVEGAS, 761 ELO, about 9,000 games, so quite a few games. I'm at 854, about where we left off on the last video. Now this player is very defensive, and when I play him I kind of feel like I don't lose unless I choose to, if that makes sense. Like, only if I attack and only if I give him the material will I lose. By the way, this is a captain. We just always do that whenever we play. He just put the captain there. I'll hit it for info. And it's the general this time. Okay. So that's good info for that. Go ahead and see. Sometimes this is a bomb, but not always. Nope, not this time. Okay. So we've got general info here. And sometimes his setups can be a bit predictable. So I'm already assuming the spy's probably over here. But let's go ahead and attack in the center. He likes lieutenant's front row, I believe. So I'll hit this captain that I have the advantage in. Okay, so there's a captain there anyway. I was going to try to get maybe a lieutenant from there and then trade that off. Let's come in with another captain. We'll come with this side here. Okay, scout there, not much. Let's come along with this captain. Right now I know his general, so I'm hitting for, like, info over here. Because I'm up a captain, so I'm willing to take this out and see what we got. So there's a lieutenant, so that's perfect. Because I'll lose this captain, but I'm transferring being up this captain for being up a lieutenant instead. Okay, so let me chase this major. See, this is perfect because I'm down a major, okay? So if I hit this and his marshal's behind, I will no longer be down this major, I'll only be down a colonel. And then I'll have extra info. So this is a no-brainer hit right here. He has to retreat that. That's a bad choice, regardless. Even if his marshal is there, that's still a bad choice. Okay, well then I'll go ahead and hit that. Colonel, perfect. So, just up a lieutenant now, and I have good info on him. I could have scouted my marshal there, but yeah, the play there is to retreat that major. There's really no other choice. Go ahead and bring this major out. Go ahead and put that there. This is his gen. I'm going to bring out a captain. Just put some pressure on this side. I want to scout this and see what it is, because it could be a bomb, I suppose. He does, like, the one thing he's very good at is he's tricky with his bombs and he's tricky with his flag. I have to give him that. Even if his power piece placement can be a bit predictable at times. So no bomb there, just a sergeant. I'll go ahead and just leave that there. I don't want to go down a captain necessarily. But let me bring the sergeant out and just put it here to discourage anything he might do. Let me go down on that and see what he does. Okay, so he's not going to do anything. Alright, let me put this here and see what he does. Okay, he's just going to trade that off. I'll move, I think he knew that lieutenant, so let me move the major up, and he might say hit this with a lieutenant, and there we go, we're up 2 lieutenants now. Alright, very good. So we know the general is here, probably spy. Like I said, he can be rather predictable, so it's almost a safe bet that this is the spy, I would say. I'm going to retreat with this captain, put it right there, and I'm going to bring this scout out here. Let's go ahead and scout this, probably captain. Okay, so that's his third captain. So we had 2 captain front rows. I might hit that just for info, and I'm going to hit that, by the way. Scout, okay. See what he's got here. Okay, I don't mind going down 1 piece against this guy, and sometimes even going down 2 pieces is totally okay. But I'll go ahead and put that there. Interesting. Let me hit that then. Okay, good. Nice bluff call. I think if it was his colonel, he wouldn't go like that, and he's not usually that aggressive with his marshal. So I'm going to go ahead and just guard this with a scout and the gen, and probably he won't hit it with the marshal. I highly doubt that. And otherwise, I think we're fine. Alright, so I'm going to give this up for info, and we're going to find out what's behind it, and I'll be up 3 of these now combined, and probably colonel. Marshal, excellent, good info. Alright, that's very good. So, alright, let's go ahead and scout that. That's his last lieutenant, alright. So if I'm going to leave that alone, actually. I mean, that could potentially be the colonel. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty crazy place for a colonel, but he does sometimes do silly things from time to time. I'd like to trade this off simply because it's his last lieutenant. Yeah, I'm going to trade that off. So like I said, probably spy here. This is probably a colonel guarding the center. I'd like to scout this if I can. Okay, let's scout it. Major or colonel, I would say. Oh, just a scout. Okay. Alright. So we got marshal here. This, I doubt, is a colonel because he took my major with his marshal. So that's not his colonel because otherwise he would have taken it with the colonel. So, let me come up with this scout. This is my last scout, but I still want to try to see if I can do anything. Okay, he's just going to take me with a captain, so nothing really to be gained there. Alright, so we know his gen and his marshal, and I'm not really down much at all. That could be a colonel. He likes to put pieces on the side and then pretend that they're, like, not a good piece. Okay, and we'll trade that off. Very good. So that's good for me. So he's up that major. We've traded all of these off, so now I just have a comfortable 3-piece advantage here. So I can really get aggressive with my sergeants, and he can't really do much about it, because any one of them could be my lieutenants or captains. The last thing I need to do is find the colonel, I think. I'll hit that. It is a scout. Very good. So his last scout did not find anything good at all. Let's see what this is. Probably his colonel or major. Colonel. Perfect. So I'm not sure why you would reveal a colonel for a sergeant, but we have discovered the colonel, so that is good. So let's come up with a lieutenant now. This is usually how most of our games go. We end up playing the guessing game. Fairly sure this is his spy. Alright, let's come up with this minor and go on the left side and just apply some pressure. He's going to try to discover the lieutenant with that sergeant. I'll go ahead and retreat like I don't want him to, and then of course I'll take it. So he will discover my lieutenant, but that is, you know, no issue there. He doesn't have really any info on me, although he might suspect some pieces. This is probably a minor. I don't think it's a sergeant, so yeah, I'm going to ward that off there. I don't want him to discover my general too cheaply. So we've got his colonel here. It's probably a minor. He'll probably hit me here. Yeah, so we'll trade that minor off. That's fine. So let's come up with this sergeant and cause some more trouble for him. See what we can do here. This is usually how most of our games go. They kind of devolve into this. He has one piece up on me, and I have tons of info and tons of smaller pieces. Most likely the spy, by the way. Let's come up with a minor. I don't mind giving away a minor. But I don't know the major. That's the only piece I'm slightly worried about. Alright, let's threaten that. It could be a sergeant he might take. Oh, major. Well, that's good info then. Okay, I'm totally fine with that. Alright, so we know his major, colonel, marshal, general, spy. Let's come around with our general on this side and cause some trouble for him. Let's run in with that. Probably a trade. Yeah, I figured. Okay, so let's come up with this lieutenant then. So this is colonel, spy. Let's come up with our marshal. It's colonel, major, spy, general. Interesting. So he's going to do that. I'm gonna retreat with that. He's gonna get me there. So I'm not really gonna be able to do much with the info because this is gonna devolve into a hyper trading game here. But of course he'll trade that off. I'm gonna have to block off his colonel in the center. Alright, so Alright, trade off, that's easy. So this will be, he needs to really not trade that off at all. He needs to try to trap my pieces. But this is going to be very difficult for him now. Because I'm up 3 pieces and down a minor. So it's not impossible for him, and I would have liked to establish my info advantage better. But, you know, that's how things go sometimes. So this is going to turn into a shuffling game, most likely. This is surely a bomb. I think we had 2 sergeants here, something like that came from it. Or no, it was actually a major and then a sergeant. Flag will be somewhere here, so I might as well attack with it. So first I'm going to attack on the column here. Alright, let's hit that. Bomb, very good. So just any bomb I take out with a minor is very good. And we will trade. Okay. Alright, so now I would be inclined to hit this, and I think I still might. I mean, would he really bomb in a minor? I'm going to hit this. I'm going to be a little arrogant here. I'm going to go ahead and hit this. Because I don't believe that he would bomb in a minor. So let's see. Perfect. So another minor there. Obviously, evade that there. Okay. Let's go ahead and check this. Interesting. He's not really doing anything. Okay. Let's check this. It is a bomb, so that means I'm going to hit this right here. I'll hit over. I don't think he would... Now, he actually one time trapped 3 minors within bombs. But I find it incredibly unlikely that he would do that. And he's going to go into a bomb. So that'll seal the game, regardless of if this is a bomb or not. And it's not, so his flag's open. So that was probably... Yeah, that's the end. He likes to do crazy things with his bomb and flag. Let's go ahead and hit that. And it's a minor, yeah. So this whole row can probably be cleared out. Like a whole row of bombs here. And the flag will probably be somewhere in here. And I know that's a spy. I guess probably should have hit it just in case. But so this flag was one of these. But I can just bring up a minor and check. But that will be the end. I guess he recognized that I was going to lotto here probably anyway. Because he had just a wall of 6 bombs. And that'll be the end. And his flag's somewhere over here. Anyway, pretty good game. One thing I would have liked to do is take advantage of all the info I had. But once he moved next to my marshal, I couldn't really do that. So... You know, it turned out fine anyway because I had enough pieces and I had still the info of his major and he didn't know mine, so it still turned out well. So I'm happy with that. So, good game.